Today we continue with element 7, creating a lipogenic world. All right, we are actually going to be reviewing pages 168 to 173, and this is about your kitchen. Okay, so we're going to start with where, the food storage, okay, where we prepare food. So keep this in mind. You're going to want to actually read part 2.2 of Dr. A's Habits of Health, because he goes into very specific foods to toss, as well as ones to replenish your shelves. All right, so the pantry. This is where we put most of our processed foods, right? This is where we store them. So you're going to want to eliminate the ultra processed foods. And those are the ones that have sugar or refined flour as one of the first few ingredients. Okay. Super important. And you may go, why? Okay. Back in part 1.1 of Dr. A's Habits of Health, he talked about actually how the food industry encourages you to consume large amounts of ultra processed food. They manipulate the taste, salt, and texture. And they actually are one of the causes of the sugar and white flour food addiction. All right. So keep that in mind. Take a look at those ingredients. So I want to just an important side note, our fuelings, the one that we use in our program, these are designed to do the opposite. They're low glycemic, they're portion controlled. They actually provide balance in protein and carbs. They have low calorie counts, and they actually work to turn off the body's metabolic switches. All right. So I just want to put that out there. So in your pantry, we're going to get rid of the tempting food that could sabotage your healthy eating choices. So please, this is what I'm not saying is just go eat everything, eat the bag of cookies and the chips and all that stuff. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. If you have children or teenagers, this is a great time, great chance for them to get healthier too. But if you're saying, I need to keep some food for them in the house that actually doesn't fit to your new food plan. Okay. Here's the thing. Put them in a low or out of the way cupboard that you don't go into, or it's just down, it's out of your eyesight, right? Keep your healthy food right in front of you. Okay. So here's what you're going to get rid of. And it's a lot, and I'm going to read it quickly. So you may have to hit pause and take notes. But the white rice, the white flour, the white bread, crackers, rice cakes, croutons, breadcrumbs, getting the theme. Okay. The hydrogenated vegetable oils. And this includes some of the hard and semi-soft margarines, shortening such as Crisco. My mother-in-law, she likes to make cookies with Crisco. No. And watch for those partially hydrogenated oils. Okay. White potatoes, potato mixes, cornmeal, grits, the refined cereals. Okay, the whole grain is okay, but the flavored oatmeals. Here's the obvious: the cookies, the candies, the cakes, the muffins, the chips, the pretzels, right? All that stuff out. Okay. And I want you to actually say to yourself, you know what? I don't eat these foods because I've chosen to create optimal health and well-being in my life. Okay. Now you may be going, but this is a different approach from what you might have told yourself in the past that, I can't eat it because I'm on a diet, right? When you say that, that creates this feedback loop that actually just points out the restrictions and limitations and you just all the stuff that you cannot do. And it sets you up for failure because what you're really saying is, I'm being forced to do something that I don't want to do. Okay. So think of this as you're giving your body a gift of health rather than a restriction of instant pleasure. Okay. So remember, I don't eat these foods because I've chosen to create optimal health and well-being in my life. All right. So remember, in this element, we are going to work to explore making healthy and supportive things around us easier. All right. So we want to eliminate things that or make it harder to make the poor choices. All right. So here's the thing: in the refrigerator, what needs to go? The whole fat dairy products, such as milk, cheese, yogurt, the butter, cottage cheese, mayonnaise, the whole fat stuff. Okay. The processed deli meats, bacon, hot dogs, the sugary sodas and juices, the beer and the wine, foods that are high in calories and fat and sugar. Think of your jellies. Okay. The sweet pickles, the ketchup, puddings, applesauce, right? Are any of these sounding familiar? I know growing up, whoosh, that's what we had. And long after growing up too, right? I just kept on with that tradition. But you can refill your refrigerator with low-fat protein sources such as lean chickens and meats, tofu, hummus, eggs, fresh vegetables, some great condiments, mustard, pickles, different vinegars. So mineral water, sparkling, sparkling water, unsweetened iced tea, things like olive, capers, herbs, spices, all good stuff. Take a look at your freezer. What needs to go? Your frozen fruit with the added sugar, frozen vegetables with seasoning that contains sugar. Take a look at those nutrition labels. Orange juice, lemonade, other fruit concentrates. We grew up on the frozen orange juice that you mix in the can. Anyway, won't even go there. Breads, rolls, frozen entrees that contain rice and pasta, frozen pizzas, frozen desserts, ice cream, sorbets, cake, cookies, all that stuff. And you can fill it up with frozen vegetables like broccoli, spinach, cauliflower, green beans. Just take a look at the nutrition labels, okay? Unsweetened fruits like blueberries, peaches, raspberries, strawberries, some frozen fish, shrimp, right? Just make sure they don't have sauces that are loaded with sugar, some lean beef and poultry, veggie burgers, right? From soy, from beans, right? To stay away from the green potatoes and the sugar. Okay. Now I know this is a ton of information. You may be thinking that I'm nuts, but I'm telling you that the items that Dr. A suggests that you get rid of, they're not serving you. They are leading you down a path of disease. Okay. So hop on over to the Habits of Health book if you have it. There's a couple sections in there that are going to go through this in much more detail. But once again, in this life book, a lot of information in here in just a little more detail for you. All right. So thanks for joining me today as we move through element 7. Tomorrow, we're actually going to talk about preparing your kitchen. So until tomorrow, please feel free, like, comment, share the posts, hop on over to the YouTube channel called Healthy and Vibrant, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.